Could you get to 15% body fat without tracking your macros? I believe the answer is yes. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the simple fat loss system you can use to get visible abs as a man, no matter how much fat you have, and without counting carbs or fasting. And I know this works because I've used it with hundreds of my clients, like Alex, who's 45, married with 3 kids, and like most dads, his schedule is packed. He'd done keto, lost some weight, bought dumbbells for home, lifted a couple times per week, but still felt like his pot belly just wouldn't go away. Instead of cutting out more food from his diet, we got Alex committed to just tracking 4 numbers every day, and that changed everything. In just 3 months, he lost 25 pounds, built muscle, and dropped to 15% body fat on his next DEXA scan. So here's the 4-step fat loss framework you can use to start losing fat faster and easier than ever before. Step 1 is to start stepping on the scale, first thing in the morning, every day, after using the bathroom, before having any food or water. This helps you ensure that you're losing body fat over time without having to worry about all those random little fluctuations you see on the scale each day. Since you'll be able to look at the average of how your body weight is moving, you'll see a much clearer trend forming. It also gives you a daily reminder of what you're working towards and feels really motivating when you start seeing your weight dropping week after week. The tracker I attached to my free 21-day fat loss program will help you keep track of all this. Step 2 is to start tracking your daily step count. Walking is such an underrated tool for losing fat because it doesn't really seem like it does all that much, but it's a simple way to burn a ton of calories consistently every single day. It also helps you live longer, sleep better, have better digestion, and more energy to be productive at work. I'd shoot for 7,500 steps per day as a minimum to start. Enable step tracking on your phone or grab one of these cheap knockoff Fitbits off Amazon. Step 3 is to ensure you're eating enough protein each day. Oh, but Mateo, you said I didn't have to track my macros. You're right, you can absolutely hit 15% body fat without tracking your protein intake. But if you really want your best ever results, it's a great thing to do for bonus points. This ensures that most of every pound you lose is coming from fat and not muscle. It'll also help you feel more full in between meals. A good goal would be to shoot for 0.8 grams of protein per pound of your current body weight. My free 21-day fat loss program has a calculator built into it, which can help you figure this out for yourself. Or if you have a lot of fat to lose, you can use your goal weight in pounds as a daily target for how many grams of protein to eat. Then you just divide your protein target by the number of meals you plan to have each day. And if you don't know how many grams of protein you're eating right now, don't worry. Step 4 is to start tracking everything that goes in your mouth. No, not like that. I mean keeping track of how much food you eat in which amounts using a calorie tracking app. When you download the app, tell it how much you weigh, how tall you are, how active you are, and that you want to lose weight. Around 1% of your body weight per week is a good goal. It'll suggest a calorie target for you, and it'll also automatically suggest a carb and a fat target, which you can just ignore. Since we know that low carb and low fat diets both work great for fat loss, and the balance of them doesn't really matter all that much as long as calories and protein are in the right spot. It just makes things more complicated and restrictive and harder to stick to. It's important to use a food scale whenever possible to avoid accidentally underestimating how many calories you're eating, which is a super common mistake a lot of people make when they start tracking for the first time, which makes them think that they're eating 2,000 calories per day but not losing weight, when in reality they're actually eating 2,500. But if you're ever not sure how many calories are in a meal at a restaurant or a family meal, just use the 250 method. You just estimate the calories in the meal in front of you in 250 calorie increments. You round up to the nearest 250 when you're not sure, and then you find a similar entry in your Logger app and you just crank up the serving size until it says 500, 1,000, or whatever else you decided on. Remember, imperfect action and consistency are the keys to success here. Keep your calories and protein in the right neighborhood each day, keep your steps up, and step on the scale every morning. It's only a matter of time before you're gonna be as lean as you wanna be. But this is really just the fat loss side of the equation. If you wanna build muscle along the way for a stronger, more defined body, watch this video next where I'll show you the biggest muscle building mistake I ever made and how I fixed it so that I'm actually getting the results I feel like I deserve from my workouts.